criminal complaint against the Deputy President David Mabuza being referred to the National Prosecuting Authority. Now, the organisation Undoing Tax Abuse, OUTA, has taken this matter forward, and Wayne Duvenage joins me now to tell us how and why. Wayne, thank you so much for your time. This is something that dates back many, many years, and it revolves around Fred Daniel, a conservationist whose life mission was to essentially set up this wonderful system of conserving our natural assets, but also employing people. And then he became targeted, really, for a land scam. I wonder if you could just start by giving us a bit of a history to this matter, because it's been in and out of the media over the years, and tell us where we're at with it.
Yeah, thanks, Sally. So, yes, we've been watching this story unfold for some time. And in fact, this affidavit that we filed today took over a month to compile by our accountability department under Stefani. And it really does revolve around land claim scams, land restitution scams, involving 13 people. The Deputy President being one whose fingerprint is throughout these issues, and then a bit later on another matter that came in with live animal entity that was set up that coordinated this whole claim against Fred Daniels. So as you know, Fred Daniels, as you stated, has been running a civil matter against the people who perpetrated these crimes against him over many years. And what's disturbing to us is that there's so much evidence of criminal activity here that transgresses the Prevention of Organised Crime Act, and we believe that it was time that these matters were brought together in a comprehensive affidavit and filed directly in a Section 27 referral, which one can do if you follow certain procedures with the Investigative Directorate, which is part of the NPA. And we did that today. But as I said, this has been long in the making. It wasn't just compiled over the weekend. We've been building this matter for some time. And if you read the article on our website and the affidavit that is there, and the couple of articles that are featuring now, one of them being in the Maverick, which is very comprehensive, it gives a lot of detail to what has unfolded over these years and how society has been ripped off by these claims.
All right. So normally, when there's any hint of a problem, someone might lay a charge, then the police would investigate, then hand their information over to the National Prosecuting, who would then make a decision on whether there's enough to actually prosecute. You've made a direct referral to the Investigating Directorate of the NPA. Just explain to us why you've done that and how it works.
Because of the complexity of the matter, and if you look at, we've done this electronically as well, because there's a lot of links to all the facts. Now one can compile a case with lots of paper and evidence, which the police would find this quite difficult to comprehend, we believe, and there's a lot of paperwork and all this evidence involved. So we have filed it electronically, and the Section 27 of the NPA Act does allow one to do so on the basis that the evidence is there, that we're assisting the police and we're assisting the criminal justice system in what we are trying to do, which is raise these issues. So it is a format that we've used before on other matters, and there's a process for it which has to be followed, which our accountability team has compiled in accordance with the rules of a Section 27 claim.
So what would be the next step? Would it be the Investigating Directorate looking at everything you sent them and then themselves making a decision on whether to open a criminal case?
Yes. So what they will do now, the Investigating Directorate, they will involve them. They will look at it through the lens and the eyes of their investigators. They will also involve the police. So this then needs to still have a case number attached to it and filed formally, but they literally take over. So it's almost the reverse of this going to the Hawks with all the evidence and going then into the Investigating Directorate. It's a reverse process. But again, it has to follow certain rules, and it's going to involve the police as well. They have to verify all the evidence that we've provided them with. But as you know, the civil case has been going on for a number of years. There's a lot of evidence therein, so we've extracted that, a lot of that evidence from those cases. And a lot of cases, by the way, that have just been set aside, that have not gone any further because documents have been gone missing in these files. So we've really put a painstaking case together. We believe they will, once they look at all this evidence, it'll be compelling enough for them to start their investigations and work with the police to corroborate it, to double check the facts that we've provided, to get further evidence if they need. And then hopefully we believe they should be laying charges against those involved and implicated.
Talk to me about, you said earlier that Deputy President David Mabuza, in your view, has his fingerprints all over this scam. Talk to me about the evidence you believe you have against him, and whether it's just a coincidence that this is coming through at a time where the president of the ANC is facing his own battles.
Yeah, look, I mean, we believe he has to face his own battles and he has to answer to the allegations put to him. This has got nothing to do with that. I think we have had somebody ask us, is this part of OUTA entering into the fray of political mudslinging by factions within the ANC? Not at all. We're an apolitical organization. As I said, we've been building this case for well over a month and watching the unfolding of the various matters. I think, Sally, all I can say is in the article that we have on our website and in the Daily Maverick article, all of the facts that pertain to how David Mabuza is implicated is there. But there was approvals of payments to entities that were set up to promote these land claim scams that he's directly involved in. There's intimidation against Fred Daniels and his partners. And open intimidation, both at the farms where this entity was going to be set up by Fred Daniels, as well as other venues. There's a common thread throughout this whole process, and one can see that the false enrichment by thousands and thousands of percents of inflated land prices that involved companies that David Mabuza was very well aware of and connected to the people that were involved in these scams. It gives the evidence very clearly, as we've laid it out, or the allegations of the evidence very clearly in the matter in our affidavit.
Thank you so much. That, of course, is Wayne Duvenage of OUTA, and today they have referred a criminal complaint against a number of individuals, including Deputy President David Mabuza, in regard to an ongoing land restitution scam. They believe that the National Prosecuting Authority needs to act on this matter. Still to come.